Hello and welcome back to Songs of SYX, to V.67. It is finally here. If you're unaware, I am the Fiend, and I have played way too much of this game, and we've finally gotten V.67. Finally. And we're going to be starting off on a really challenging map, as I'd say kind of challenging, not super challenging, but more challenging than average. We're going to be playing as the garthimi. Why? Why the garthimi? Because I've been waiting for V.67 just to play them, because we have all kinds of new stuff, and you're going to have to bear with me. I'll probably edit out all my mistakes and my blunders, but he's done so much. Jake is done so much. I mean, because when I say he, I refer to Jake, because he's the only dev. But I also want to mention Veneer, who is now part of the team for putting in over 200 plus events in this game. So there's going to be all kinds of new events. There's going to be a link to Jake's devlog video. It's going to be in the description, so go click that and watch that either before or after or during or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. But I recommend you go watch that, because he's going to break down all of the things that I am probably too stupid to notice. And I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I've been told to watch it, but I saw that this was up and I wanted to get right into it. So usually that's how I play Songs of SYX, and different than usual, I'm not going to be in a mountain start. We have mountains, but we're not going to be going in there. We're going to be doing some fishy fish. So starting off, we're going to build our fishery here. And we also have a couple titles. The titles are really useful because they allow us to start procreating ourselves without any problem. Let's see how big we can actually get this. We don't want it to obviously cover too much of our land space here. But as we're garthimis, these guys are going to be just chilling. There's really no concern for anything. I'm considering, I think this might be a good size, but we probably want to go a little bit bigger. That there. 40 guys, yeah. Alright, so we're going to build a little storage space for it. Plop, plop. Ooh, we don't have a lot of wood, so we'll build a small one. Okay, something like that. And then see if we can't get some of this to fit in here like that. Alright, perfect. So we're going to need to gather 161 wood. Perfect. We have 500 wood, which is amazing. All of our beautiful garthimis, they look so much more crisp. They seem like they're a lot more crispy and clean. Everything looks a lot more defined. All of the graphics look better. There's a new launch menu, all kinds of stuff. So I think that's Craster's doing. Craster, obviously, being the guy who's doing all of the pixel work now. He's doing all of the little faces. They're amazing. It's interesting how a game can kind of just grow on you and you forget all of the good stuff that was added before. And you can see we've got all of these new types of roads. There's crystal water, a road of colored obsidian that mimics water. That is for the Amevians. Oh my god. Sacred path. So we've got the Dark Plaza for our boys. We're going to be doing this fungus highway, fungus roads, but for right now we're going to need some regular roads. Oh man. See, this is kind of why I don't watch his videos. No offense. I'm actually interested too. But it's just because I want to learn myself. And you can see we've already got the option for the hatchery. All we need is meat, stone, and wood, and we can deal with that pretty easily. So we're gonna let them do that. Meanwhile, let's look around. Just got some clay there. Got a little bit of animals here, a little bit of animals here, and other than that, it's pretty barren. So we're gonna have to rely primarily on our fish. But looks like they've got it all set up. We'll have 41 slots plus some for fishing. And that's all they're going to be doing. Fishing. We're going to build a bunch of little houses right here. They prefer stone, I believe. Oh, wow. This looks really good. So they've got dread, harmony, new symbols for that. Freshwater. Oh, yeah. This is looking really good. This is looking beautiful. Okay, so their building preference. stone or mountain. Well, you're not gonna get mountain. You're not gonna get no dang mountains, I can assure you. Finish it up. Let's go. Alright, perfect. So we actually have room for 39. I was wrong. I said 40. But that's fine. All of our boys are gonna start working here. We're gonna build a little warehouse. Of course, we always need a warehouse. This is an interesting new menu. So, auto build walls, place doorways on the walls, remove doorway, and then the type of building. So he's just kind of made everything better looking, and this is why I held off on all of my tutorials and I removed everything from my channel. I hope people will forgive me in the future, but there was a plan. There was a plan behind this. So yes, it was all for the greater good. So that way people, when they come to my channel, they don't just get blasted. Because YouTube doesn't understand what Songs of SYX is, and many new people don't know what Songs of SYX is. So I don't want to fill people with garbage, if that makes sense. And of course, you don't want to fill people with anything that they don't consent to, of course, unless it's fish. In this case, we're going to be filling them with fish, and I think that's one of their actual foods they like. I gotta get used to where everything is yet. They only like fish and food, meat now. I think that was all they liked before. But you gotta understand, I don't play them too often. They're not my number one race here. So they're gonna get to finishing that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna build ramshackle houses here. Like that. So these people don't die. And then we'll also get a little bit of a well going on here. Something like that. And then we're going to need some hearts. Everything is in a different place. Gotta relearn it again. So give these guys some space for fish. Stone. We'll get them this. A little bit of that. The grain. And then give this guy a nice, it starts with 100% radius, which I had said that he should do. And I'm glad other people had said the same thing, because I don't talk that often in the community as much as I used to. I have little time for it. Not that I don't want to. Mostly that my life is just busy. But if you look here, we have this ratified. This is what you can use to change the texture of the material around with your like faction or whatever species you are, I should say. So if you wanted to do a dark fungus style road through the entire thing, and then you wanted this to match, you can. You can do it now. It's a thing, and it's amazing, and I am excited. So we're going to be utilizing that a lot. I'll have this go like that. Why am I not giving them walls around their building? Because they're houses, and they don't need them. They just need to get that done as soon as possible. Thank you very kindly. And we'll give them a couple more delivery boys so they get that done. We need to get our city going. Situated. Let's get a little distribution center up and running. We established the basics, and we move forward from there. I kind of like this design. Yeah. Alright, so 64 for that. Yeah, we'll have plenty. We'll have plenty. Oh, they look better. Like the shapes, the items look different. I feel like they look different. And yes, yes, yes. This is all I wanted. Oh yeah. Oh mama. Jakey Wakey gave us Christmas in July, in September, in August too. Kinda. He gives us Christmas all year round, man. He lets it rain. Let's put that down here, and then let's get that janitor going. He even said himself that he potentially had cooked, and that's not Jake lingo. Jake saying that he cooked. I see you. You want things from me in the future. I don't want to talk to you. Go away. We're gonna build a little janitor somewhere like here, but I need to make sure that it has a roundness to it. Why does it feel like that was different, but it wasn't? I thought he changed it so that you could make them bigger or smaller. Apparently not. Okay, so we got that going. Oh my god, the fucking... Oh, so good. So good. Thank you, Jake. I've been waiting to play these guys for this reason, so that we could actually have thematic buildings and thematic whole maps just for these guys. Oh man, feels good. Now we've got the stage going. Ideally we want to probably grab these, yeah, and then that way we can upgrade that. What does it take to upgrade? It's clay, so yeah, that's what I kind of thought. We're gonna need to dig some clay. Mines right here. Let's get that mine going here. It's gonna take furniture, so we don't have that. Irregardless, these guys should get this done. Okay, so they are technically building the roof over it, so it costs a little bit of stone, but that's fine. As long as they get the house done. Alright, we're gonna have to grab some pumps because we need wood. And to get wood, we're gonna need to expand this area here. So what we'll do is... Oh, good. They're gonna come over here and do that. Perfect. Let's get a water pump. Place it right here. Then have our water canal run all the way down. There. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. And then we need to get these guys clearing some rock over here. We gotta start moving swiftly with these actions, so that our people do not die horribly. Alright, let's get a carpenter building in here. Mind you, they're bugs, so they're not very smart with building. They don't really know how to optimize anything. They build like idiots. Nice. I love it. I'm loving it. Got that going. Let's give him a little speaker. We'll put it right here. Oh, somebody died from aging. Bastard. 25-year-old died from aging. Gotta freaking love it. Here, let's put a little spot here for them to get buried. Garthimi, known to live very long lives. Very long and fruitful lives. Teaching them is extremely valuable. I promise you. Now we've got our water pump going. We're gonna start to have all kinds of trees growing in here. I'm gonna plop in another one right behind it, just so that we can max it out. Probably make a little bit of an extension over here. And we need to get to 75 so we can start to defend ourselves here. So let's grab that, and then we're gonna build a training ground. And then I'm gonna extend it as much as I need to. I'd like to have like 50 guys, but we might be able to get a bit more here. 60 guys. Nice. Perfect. So that's going to be 228. Not too bad. We're going to need a few more workers on the furniture, but I think we can achieve that. We finally got it, and our boys are going to start training up. We've got a stockade, we've got a little mass grave here, some more housing, a little warehouse, and I also want to adjust this this whole building here. We'll have to move our throne over a little bit. Probably put it right here. Awesome, so we've got a new event here. Raptors basically kills all small vermin. Gives us a little bit more conservation, or a lot more conservation, I should say. That's useful, very useful. I like that a lot. Need a mine, so we can start upgrading stuff. Let's get a little baby mine going in here. Anything is good. Perfect. Give him a little bit of space for some clay here. And we're also going to need more spots for fishing. Nice, so we got our clay coming in. Exactly what we needed. Get our boys happy. We might as well start building some of these things like stages so that they don't freak out. Got a bunch of new jobs here for the Fisher Boys to work at. Let's actually close this one down. I'm gonna actually start putting in some humidifiers here. Alright, so you got the Stinky. And then let's also upgrade the roads to the super roads here. Alright, here we are. Finally, we have established something of a town. As Garthimi, you always are going to have a little bit of a challenge when you start out. And I also want to mention that I learned something. The food stalls, for some reason, when you start, are only allotted to bread. So you're going to have to select the food that you want to be selected. I had the food stalls, but they weren't being used. I really wasn't paying attention because I was more concerned about my military. And I still am, because there are raiders about. They are raiding constantly, and I am constantly concerned that they're going to come attack me. As we're Garthimi, we're not very strong, and we need to work our military. But we need a lot of people, so we have 250 total, and you can see we've got guys training currently. Looks like we've got 60 currently training. We've got all kinds of nice housing developments here. I went for the original Bugtopia design, because the original design I had was really nice, and I feel like I should go and call back to that. So I removed all of the other buildings here, the starter town, and I built what I'd call the beginner town here. Because these guys are essentially creating the backbone for the society that's going to start to move into the mountains. But I couldn't just immediately jump into the mountains, obviously, so I have to do fishing and all kinds of other cool stuff before I get there. So we have 3 different buildings of fisheries, and they're each about 40 guys, so we have 120 total workers. We have the fishery boost, so we're going to be getting a boost from that. Not to mention our species and the location we are in helps a lot, and being in the ocean helps a ton. So these guys are pulling in quite some fish, but they do eat a lot. That is the one thing that they do, is eat tons and tons of fish, and you can see there's 318 here. 200 here, so we have about 1,000 fish in the city, throughout the city, in these different fisheries. So we want to work towards upgrading these and getting our troops a little bit stronger. Obviously, we have no laboratories, and I still have 400 technology from the start. We started with 1,055 people, and I still haven't really used much of it. Mainly just focused on keeping these people happy, and they are happy as they've got food, and they've got their fungus roads, and they've got these humidifiers all along the streets here. So pretty much everything for the Garthimi is good except for their defense. They really need to get their defense up there. Whether it be training, which currently what I'm working on, or armor and weapons. But I find that training is the best solution. So having at least a couple hundred guys free to work inside here, getting food constantly, and then you have guys train constantly. That's the goal for right now, until we can capture a region that sends us food. And then we'll start to see from there. We've also got a woodcutter in here. He's not very big. I noticed that as the summers turn into fall and then the winter comes, the trees will actually like disappear. They'll like fall apart and die. So you can't really grow that much trees on the side here, but I have a little bit of trees in the center. We get a little bit. 22 is not bad. And sometimes it fluctuates. It seems to vary. Last year it was like 160 by this point. Now it's 220. I don't know if that's the skill. I think it may be the potential skill of the woodcutters going up. Regardless, it keeps up with the carpenters here, and they have a little hauler pad so that these guys can just grab it from here and pull it to there. And then if we need, we'll have a warehouse grab it from there. These gotta go. These two buildings are gonna move. But for now, I just kept them because they're keeping the ground from degrading, and they're also keeping our people fed and up to snuff with their clay and everything they need. And then the final part of the town here, just kind of not necessary, but they are for me at least, because I like wood. I think you could really get along without doing too much wood and just using the wood that you get from here, or even importing it, selling all kinds of different stuff for that. But I felt like it would be smarter to have this woodcutter pop up so that we can actually have something going. And these two water pumps. So technically we have about 12 here and then 6 here, so 18 total workers whose job it is to actually keep the 3 carpenters here. They could be a little more, but like 5 carpenters supplied with wood. Not the best trade-off, but obviously we can work towards getting that better. As we get more iron, or metal I should say, we're gonna upgrade these, take off 2 and then take off 2, so that's 4 workers we could easily put towards smelting and other things. But obviously we're gonna need to start mining, all kinds of good stuff, and I'm gonna leave that for the second episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of it's a different style of episode than I used to do, but it's also a mix up of how I used to do it too. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.